Okay, good day everyone. Nice to have you all here. My name is Milla Ovaska. I'm the head of international affairs in the city of Espoo. It's the second largest city in Finland. I would like to introduce you to the Finnish national approach to activating people for sustainable development and explain how we do it at the local level in the city of Espoo. Finland was chosen the happiest country of the world last week. Did you hear the news? We were, of course, very happy to hear them in Finland. So I will start my presentation by explaining the Finnish national instrument, the Finnish national approach for getting people on board for sustainable development. And then I will later on talk about Espoo, which was chosen the most sustainable city in Europe. And I will explain how we campaign for sustainability in the city. And I wish not to frighten you with all these superlatives, the happiest country in the world, the most sustainable city in Europe. The instrument that I'm going to introduce is a very simple and easy tool that you can also apply in your countries. Okay, let's start with the Finnish approach. Sustainable development has long roots in Finland. We have had a national commission on sustainable development already for 25 years, and this commission is led by the Prime Minister of Finland. And since the early days, the approach to sustainability in this national commission has been a holistic one, meaning that it's economic prosperity, social justice, and environmental protection all go hand in hand when we talk about sustainability. In 2013, the Commission made a new strategy for sustainable development in Finland. It is called the Society's Commitment to Sustainable Development, the Finland that we want by 2015. And this is a commitment and instrument that invites everyone in Finland to participate and to share their commitments for sustainability. This commitment is divided into 8 different categories of sustainability, ranging from a carbon-free society to equality and sustainable communities. And in 2016, right after the SDGs were adopted, they were also included into this instrument, these society's commitments. So they are part of this Finnish national instrument and agenda. So how does it work? It's an online platform with a lot of information on sustainability and on the different frameworks. And in this webpage, people can leave their own commitments for sustainability. It's open for everyone. It's open for individuals, for working communities, for companies, for cities, for anyone who wishes to say what I and my organization are going to do in order to make a world a better place and more sustainable. And in this platform, in the online platform where you leave your commitment, you can make it, or you should make it, concrete and measurable, and then it will be visible in the online platform, and you can then share it in your own social media channels, and you can also challenge others to join into your commitment and also to make their own commitments for sustainability. So it's a very simple and powerful instrument and tool for activating people and getting and empowering them in making their own commitments for sustainability. So then we go to the local level. Espoo was the first city in Finland to adopt this commitment and to get on board on it. And at the moment we have more than 100 commitments for sustainability made in different departments of the city. I will share a bit of background information on Espoo to tell you briefly what kind of a city we have. Like I mentioned in the beginning, we have been chosen the most sustainable city in Europe, of which we are very proud. It was a study commissioned by the Dutch EU presidency in 2016 and made by made by Tilburg University and Telos Institute in the Netherlands, and it compared 140 European cities in terms of ecological, economic, and socio-cultural sustainability, and Espoo was the first city in this study in 2016 and 2017 also. And we were very happy about these results because it showed that our hard work that we had been doing in the city of Espoo, but also in the whole society of Finland for sustainability, that it was bearing fruit. And Espoo is, like I said in the beginning, the second largest city in Finland, and what defines us is very rapid growth. In the last 50 years, our population has been growing tenfold. So we have emerged from a small village to the second largest city in Finland. And what is really important for us in this growth is sustainability. We want the environment and also the people to stay on board in this growth. And we want to develop smart and clean urban solutions to enable this growth. Sustainability has the central role in the city strategy, which is called the Espoo story, and this story has been developed in cooperation with our inhabitants in a participatory process. So this is Espoo in a nutshell, growing fast but sustainably. And how we started with this national instrument, how we started to promote these commitments in our organization. It started at the top level. It started with the mayor taking a very powerful stance in favor of these commitments, explaining that this is something that we want to do and that we also have to do. This is something very important. And then the idea of these commitments started spreading in the city organization, and because it was very powerfully communicated by the leadership, it also meant that you could also use your working time to think about sustainability and think about the commitments that you can make in your own day-to-day work. We have now, like I mentioned, more than 100 commitments made in different levels of the city administration. Most of them are in the dimension of ecological commitments, meaning environmental protection, resource wiseness, and such things. So we see that it's very easy for our people to find ways to commit themselves to make their everyday practices in ecological sphere better. But we also see that we as a city have to communicate in our different departments new ideas for bringing more commitments into the cultural and social dimensions of sustainability as well. I will briefly go through some of the commitments that have been made so that you understand a bit like what kind of things are we talking about here. Espoo Catering, which provides food for all school kids and all kindergarten kids in Espoo, made a commitment to bring vegetarian meal to schools once a week, and they also developed these vegetarian recipes together with the kids, so the kids will also have ownership of their recipes. They are very happy when they see that, okay, it's the vegetarian day and it's my recipe that we are eating today. Another commitment made by Espoo libraries. They have been very active in making commitments, and they have also made commitments in social and cultural dimensions of sustainability. They have made many new practices for social inclusion, like language cafeterias and like different work stations where people can lend different working machines, come together and use them together as a community, and feel like the library is their living room where they don't have to be alone. The Espoo Early Childhood Education Department has been the most active in making different kinds of commitments, ranging from nature education to recycling. But one of the most substantial development that they have made, or commitment that they have made, is that they have now sustainability discussed in the personal reviews. Like every time when an employee and the employer discuss about the development needs of the work, sustainability is also addressed, and together they will think new measures to make the work even more sustainable. The last commitment that I'm going to introduce is the one that the city of Espoo made with the energy company Fortum, which is the biggest energy company in our town. And together we committed that we will produce carbon-free district heating by 2030. We will together find new ways to produce to produce district heating in a more environmentally friendly way. So this is to tell that these commitments have not only been a good instrument within the city, but they have been also a very good instrument to make commitments with external stakeholders, to make them commit to the policies that are important for the city. And we have, by the measurement of a research institution, 50% of the inhabitants in the city are in the scope of these commitments, because the city administration has so many services within the whole city. The city administration is also a very good and vital player in communicating sustainability to the inhabitants. And 96% of these commitments that have been made, they aim for a permanent change in practices. So these are not just like one-day changes, but they aim for a permanent change. This is my very last slide about the success stories, like potential factors behind the success in Espoo in communicating sustainability. First and foremost, this commitment for sustainable development, this national instrument in Finland, is a very good instrument to empower and activate communities to take sustainability into their own hands and think how they can change their everyday life, everyday practices, and make them more sustainable. So it gives power to them. It has also been important that the leadership of the city has been very committed to it, that they have been very vocal in communicating about the sustainability in the city. But it's not enough if the people then don't have the power to make the real changes. Also, the ambitious climate policies of the city have been on the background and have been a very vital factor for the people to think about their own ways, like how can we contribute so that we succeed in our ambitious climate policies. Last but not least, we have a Sustainable Espoo development program that collects both city officers and politicians together at the top level of the city to think about actions to bring these policies into reality. And this program has also been vital in communicating these commitments in the whole administration of the city. Good. That was the story I wanted to share. Many thanks for your